All right, we're live. Hey guys.
Oh, I didn't even know.
There's a glare.
I'm gonna turn this light off. I think that one over there might be a better deal.
That's fine. That's better. It's not a glare then.
What sweets?
Can I
You
put
asking
the
them?
toy?
Well, you always force me out.
No, look,
Yes, you
it's
did.
you're sitting right where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna be in this with me.
Well, yeah, I just said that we should do a live stream.
Oh,
So anyway, what'd you name the live stream? Because I had an idea.
end of year
Conversation.
reflections.
Okay, because I was gonna say what
you.
we hope for 2020. I guess.
I haven't thought that far in advance.
Really?
So mine is more just thinking about this year and everything that happened. So yeah, 2019 was a big year. Hey Waygukin, happy Saturday to you too. 2019 I think has been probably one of the most impactful years for us. I don't know, it's hard to say because there's been
ups and downs.
we do big things like all at one time, it seems like. Is it plugged in?
It's not. I gotta do something.
I think it's fine. I'm gonna take my glasses. Oh, but I can't see then. Okay, sorry, I get sidetracked. What else is new? So, I mean, I think the beginning of the year started off great. Nothing major or anything like that. And then having Granny get sick and not get better. And then ultimately we ended up losing her in April. And so I think that I think that started the year off just with a huge challenge.
Yeah, that happened in April.
Um,
Can we set this not where it's kind of...
What?
There we go. That's a little tight.
So then there was that. So then we were trying to adjust back to that. And, we knew my mom was not doing the greatest. She had Alzheimer's. She was at home with my dad. He was taking care of her and everything. And it just got to a point over the summer where it just got to be too much for him to be able to take care of her. And she ended up going into the hospital and then went to memory care facility. So I was able to go back in July. I don't know how much I've talked about this.
I don't think much.
I was able to go back in July when she was in the facility. It was really nice. But we really got to connect. I got to connect with her over music that we used to sing when I was a kid. The one of the things that they always talk about is that music somehow seems to override Alzheimer's and dementia. And there were definitely moments where we connected over music, and that was definitely something that science can't explain that, or maybe it does, but anyway. So got to see her in late July, and then she just progressively got sicker, and then she passed in September 1st. So Granny was April 3rd. My mom was September 1st. Well, actually, starting back in January, I said we started off without any issues. We started off with an ER visit.
Yeah.
For this guy right here, with a gallbladder attack 2 days before his birthday.
Right.
So that's how we started our year. And then we were just kind of, we discovered it was the gallbladder, nothing more serious than that, but adjusting things, trying to figure that out. Will you have to take it out? Will you not? So that's how January started out. Then Granny, then my mom. But all within that, we stayed together strong.
Thank you, Waiguka.
Yes, thank you. And I think that's one thing that I really appreciate and value about our relationship is that we, in the face of adversity or difficult challenges, we really stick together, and that's when we get stronger. And that's definitely what happened with us this year. So those are kind of some of the challenges that we experienced. But out of that, we definitely experienced a lot of successes or highlights, I guess. So as a result of Granny passing, Herschel, when he came home, good evening, folks. Happy holidays. Hey, Travis. Happy holidays to you too. Chavy X.
Yeah.
When Hershey came home, he was like, I really want like another pet. I think I want to get a hamster. So as soon as he came home, call me anything but late for dinner. Ha, that's cute. So we got a little hamster. That's when little Langston joined our family. And that brought a lot of joy into the house. So that was cool. And then after I went home the first time in July to visit my mom, we came back and we got another hamster. And that's when we got Bolt. Why do you look like a stone face?
No, I'm just looking at him in the camera.
Oh, I'm like, what's wrong
no, I'm
with
just
you?
looking at him and his little mohawk.
So then we got Bolt. So we added two hamsters to the mix. And then in October, I had a friend at work that was like, "Hey, do you want a dog?" And I was like, "I guess so." And so here we go. Quince, go bring it to me. So this is Quincy Jones Wilson. And Quincy's about 4 months old. We got him when he was about 2 months or so. He's a tiny little guy. He probably won't get much bigger than this. He is so cute and brings so much joy to our family. And then the other big thing, because beating hearts are big, but the other really big thing is the studio. So do you want to talk about how that came to be? Because I've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, no. Well, the studio is something that we've talked about for a long time. And so obviously, I felt like once I went there and was with my family and, my mom passing, I wanted to actually go forward and do stuff. Because I felt like I've always played things safe a little bit. And I never really took a lot of chances with things or a lot of risk. So to me, it was like, you know what, I have to make this happen. We've talked about it for 3 years. Those Pokemon look great, by the way. Super cool. You guys are. I couldn't see the rest. Yeah, we're big on Pokemon, by the way. But yeah, so I felt like it was important that I actually do some of the things that I've wanted to do, but just was kind of too scared to do or afraid to take the risk or what have you. So the business came about because of that, really, of saying, life is really too short to be afraid to take chances. And so that's why we did that. The other thing is that I wanted to take care of this gallbladder thing, because my mom knew about it. It was actually earlier this year, as Noelle said, so she knew about it. And one of the things she told me was, you need to take it out. I've told this story because she didn't take out her bladder when she had cancer on it. And thank goodness I don't think I have any cancer, but
You don't.
I that resonated with me that I need to do something and to handle it. And then finally, when I got sick, and I think I had an infection because of it, that was the end of it. I wanted to get rid of it. So this year was one of the years that's very transformative for us because we started it off kind of rough. It was rough in different segments, but then we had a whole lot of ups as well. We actually expanded our little pet part of our house by threefold, and we well, actually, because we have a fish, we have.
Oh yeah, the fish.
So because Sweets turned 3, she got a fish. So that's kind of a tradition that we have. We have 2 hamsters. We have a dog. So we really done a lot. I told Noelle that I wanted to focus on.
Careful. Are
Okay,
you all right?
they got it, Sweets. So I wanted to make sure that I focused on us doing more for our family, and living definitely in the moment and creating the future too at the same time. So that was one of the reasons why, if you guys don't know, next year we're heading to Hawaii to celebrate our anniversary. Because we had always talked about it,
10
but again,
years.
it was kind of like, I don't know if we should do it, or oh, we should wait till we have this much money. And I told her, if we do that, it's going to be just like what people say with kids. You're going to wait until you have enough money, and it's never going to happen. And that's the same thing with the business. It's the same thing with taking a big trip like that. I told her that we'll figure it out, and so that's kind of the circumstance. And so that's kind of what we're looking forward to for 2020.
Hey, fun fact: half of the DNA in our body is an exact match to the DNA in a banana. Brought to you by Go-Gurt.
Okay. Go up there with your sisters. People ask, how come we don't have the kids on? This is why.
It's chaos.
It's chaotic. Somebody asked that question. How come you don't have the kids on? It would actually be better. And they try to compare the channels. Look, one of the things that I
That's
tell
not our
people,
channel.
that's not our channel. Like, other people may want to put their kids on, and that's totally fine if that's what they want to do. I don't have a problem with that. And to me, it's not the right form. It's not the right format for us. Now, whatever the people want to do with their kids, that's fine. But for us, it's not the right
I
format.
mean, we could have been
And
like that one kid, and he's making 28 million.
yeah, he's making 28 million. You know what I mean?
But that's their whole life.
That's their whole life. And it's like, you don't want. It surprises me when people recognize me out in public. I'm like, huh? Because people say, "Hey, Herschel." I'm like, what? Like, and I stare at them like, like, do I know you?
I
And then
took
I
my
forget.
vlog down because it had my kid's face in it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to, right? Because people recognize you. And I don't mind it. I don't really care if people recognize me, but I don't want people to know about my kids, especially that
As
much.
they're getting older and everything.
Especially as they get older. There's a blogger that, or a vlogger, I should say, that does the same thing. She keeps her eldest daughter, who's a teenager, off the camera altogether. And so I respect that, because it's like, that's you're forcing it on them in a way, and they don't know any different. So to me, it's just not something that I want to do. Now, to the kid that's making millions and millions of dollars, and there's several that do, that's great. I think they should have a future in whatever it is that they want to do, and go to college or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. But the channels that do make it like that are very rare.
Mhm.
They're more often than not, you're just going to be on the internet forever, and people are going to see you. So
Yeah.
I would rather than be 18 and then decide that, yeah, this is something I want to do. Or even if they're like 16, 15, and
And then
say,
they can
hey,
be
I wanna
like,
do it.
"Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We're gonna try this lipstick on today."
Exactly. That's different if they want to do that. You know what I mean? But I don't want to put them on there just so people can sit and look. Like,
Mm-mm.
it's just, to me, that's just silly.
But yeah, this year was a rough year,
Mhm.
but it had a lot of highlights in it too.
Yeah.
I think more so than any year that we've experienced.
Right.
I mean, nothing can compare to losing your mom. Like, I don't want to get too deep into that and get too upset, but like the fact that we both lost our moms in the same year, it's just, even though we're adults and we have each other and we're parents. Go upstairs with your sisters, please. We're parents ourselves. It's like losing your mom is, I don't know how to explain it. And even for me, I had kind of I had an estranged relationship. But at the end, we were able to really connect on a soul level. And that's something that I could never replace. And but it's just this weird feeling of like feeling like you're just out there. Like, okay, like you're literally on your own, even though we're on our own. Like it's just um a weird feeling that you just can't compare anything else to.
Mhm.
But as a result of that and everything too, it has also brought me closer to other members of my family. So have a really solid relationship with my sister and one of my sisters and one of my brothers, and so that has been really nice. And my dad too. And my dad is actually doing really well, so it's been good to see him through the transition, and that he's busying himself with hobbies and everything, traveling. So that's been good to see him being successful. So, and then you and your family, you and your sister have reconnected a little bit
Well,
more.
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
like, there's never been a disconnect from my sisters. My sister that's the next one in line to me, she's 14 years older than me. Um, Her and I talk a whole lot more than we've ever talked before. And so we literally talk several times a week. And when I say talk, my sister can talk. So it's usually
Play
well over an
Barbies.
hour. So we're talking an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes is how long we stay on the phone. But, keep in mind, I mean, she was there going through it all with my mom every step of the way and seeing the progression that happened. So, my mom just went from one state to the other very fast. And even the time that I was there for a week, and up until the day that she died, she went through that progression super fast towards the end, and everyone was talking about that. So I'm with my sister. We definitely talk a whole lot more. My eldest sister, the oldest one of all, it's funny because we all make fun of jokes in terms of age, but her and I talk quite often. And keep in mind, there would go years before we would say hi, and not because there was any sort of issue. It's just that she is much older than me. Like she's got kids older than me. So, it's kind of that circumstance, we were just distant. And then the sister that was in between them had died back when I was 14. So, the one that I was the closest to would be the one that's 14 years older than me. And so now we're even more closer because we talk a lot. And so it has really changed a lot of different things. It's unfortunate though that things have to happen for other people to get things in order, but I guess that's kind of the way that it is. That's just how it happens. I've with Noelle's family, I've talked to, and of course with her elder sister has always been somewhat cool. Not a problem. But I got to know her husband a little bit more. I really want to meet him in person. Like he seems to be a really cool guy. He I think that if we were in the same town, we would probably hang out quite often. He just seems to be a really, really genuinely cool person.
they
So
just need to move here.
yeah, I don't think
We're
they
not
would.
moving there.
Yeah, I don't think they'd move here.
They might.
But I think that just genuinely, he seems like a very decent guy. So, and so I can respect that. I respect when people respect me. I can definitely be open and respect them. He's given me no reason not to. So, he just seems like a really cool guy.
He's cool.
Likes some of the same things I like and that type of thing. So that's always a bonus. But next year we're hoping to do a lot of different things. I mean, the studio's still going. It's actually becoming much stronger than what it has been. We're really surprised by it
Mm-hmm.
and blessed by it too. There's a lot of people that are repeat customers, so that's great. We're looking for a new location. Hopefully, that will be downtown. We're trying to find that space. That is very hard. And so it may be even just a little bit outside of downtown, possibly. But we have to find a really good space that makes great sense. And so we're looking to really, really grow the business. I'm looking to do other projects too. I don't want to talk much about it just yet, but there's other things I want to do too that I'm looking into. Actually, in January, I go and meet with some folks here in Tacoma that's already started one of those types of businesses. I've already talked with one of the headquarters, the main company, and so I'm hoping to do more and more things. And like I said, with with our parents passing, our mom's passing, it really highlighted to me that tomorrow's not guaranteed to you. You don't know how long you have. Don't sit and wait for things to happen. I told her that, for our 10-year anniversary, which is next year, it's going to be Hawaii. And then I said, and then our 20-year anniversary will be this. I don't know. I said Korea, but I don't know if that's going to be. I want to go there sooner than that, to be honest.
15-year.
15-year. But to be honest with you, I wish I can go to Japan very soon. Like, there's a show that we watch, and it's a really good show, and it really highlights. And I've talked about Japan often. I even wanted to move there. If there's a way I could move there, I would still. But it's called Terrace House.
It's on Netflix.
I mean, even if they just show the images of Tokyo, it just kills me. It's my first country, out of country place to visit. Yeah, I mean, and you know what, Travis? I think, like, to me, just everything about it, like everything. I saw this video where someone was out in the countryside and they were driving along this road, and all of a sudden the bamboo was like, it was like a canopy for like half a mile. And I'm like, it's just so awesome. The only other place I know that's like that, I'm sure there's plenty, is Haiti. Actually, in Haiti, there's a place where the bamboo? Yeah. Where
really?
It actually, yeah.
Oh, I guess it's tropical.
Yeah. It grows over the road, and it's like a little canopy. But I want to go there so bad.
You have to go to Asia. I got to spend 3 months in Seoul this year, and we'll hopefully move there next year. Oh, dang.
That is awesome.
Jelly.
I know. I envy you quite a bit. Yeah, the only Asian place I've been to is Hong Kong, and it was really nice. And I'm glad I got to visit Hong Kong when I did, to see what it was like, but it was a really, really awesome experience.
I haven't been since 1983.
Yeah. She hasn't been since the 80s. Most of these people watching weren't even born at that time.
Dang.
That's
Thanks
crazy.
for making me feel old.
I'm just saying. A lot of these people. That's not true. I mean, there's people that are like, HD3's
I love Japanese food and culture. The people are more respectful than most here in America. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Travis, definitely look up Terrace House. It's a reality show, and it's six
like
strangers.
It's like Big Brother, but much better. Much better.
It's more like Real World in that they're just living there. There's no challenges or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's just people living there. But it's fascinating. It's a fascinating look into daily Japanese life and like dating culture and the stresses that people face when they're 21 and looking at their careers and everything, and like it's fascinating. And it's also moderated by a panel that comment on the show and stuff, and they're hilarious.
It's just, overall it's just amazing. And the cool thing is, I don't know how many different seasons they have on there now, but if you started watching now, you would have a long time to catch up until
they did
now.
A season in Hawaii.
They did a season in Hawaii
a year or so ago.
Sick.
And that was cool. The Aloha State.
Yeah, the cinematography of it is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So that definitely helps. But just overall, the commentary, the panel is great. The folks that are on the show that are just in the house, I mean, they're not really paying much attention to the cameras, really. Sometimes they do when they want to hide stuff a little bit. But
sometimes there's some scandals.
There are some scandals.
But nothing like American style. It's not raunchy. It's not raucous debauchery. It's really
there's no
cool.
fighting like that. Like, if anything, there may be arguments, but I think there was one argument that
disagreement.
There was one argument that was kind of like, ooh, they're really arguing.
This season.
But it wasn't, I think maybe one other time, but it wasn't like what we're used to. You know what I mean? Like, if we heard that, we'd be like, not a big deal.
People aren't calling people names. They're not swearing at each other. They're not getting so drunk and stupid. Like, before you go, watch Simply Dumpling to learn about some places to eat, and you can see some reviews of airlines you may want to fly over there. Nice. Okay. Nice. I mean, that'll be 5 to 10 years. I love dumpling and abroad in Japan. We watch what is it? Only
in Japan.
Only in Japan.
It's amazing. Because he gets to go everywhere. He goes everywhere for work. What's his name? I forget his name,
David.
but only in Japan. The guy literally he works for NHK, and he has been living in Japan for a long, long time. Really bubbly personality, and he goes all over Japan, and he literally tells you about different things that you've never even known about.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really cool. Like there's so many places there I want to visit that there's not enough money, not enough time to even do it.
Mm.
So it's just really, really cool. That's one country I'm very, very, very fascinated about, more so than any other, is Japan.
Yeah.
I've always been fascinated about Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already told that story.
So looking ahead into 2020, it's a new decade.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. We're going to Hawaii. This will be our first like real legit family vacation that is a vacation.
Right.
We have taken family trips, but it's always been to visit family. And there's been fun aspects, obviously. There's always fun things that we do and stuff, but our sole purpose on this trip is to have fun.
Yeah.
Connect as a family, bond as a family, make memories as a family, relax, eat, catch some rays, hunt
We're
for
gonna be quite
seashells.
busy because in
Are we?
January she goes to Albuquerque.
Oh yeah, I go to
For
Albuquerque
work.
in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Dang.
she's going to Albuquerque in 2 weeks. Maybe in February, maybe going to Haiti. It depends on
Just him.
yeah, just me. It depends, and she's just going to Albuquerque by herself with her coworkers.
I'm taking 6 students to Albuquerque with me.
Yeah.
Flying with 6 students.
You can tell like
I mean, they're not kids.
School.
They're adults.
They're
They're college
grown people.
kids. But I still have a level of responsibility for
Sure,
them.
absolutely. So going to Haiti, that is if there's no political craziness going on, because where I'm going is typically always extremely safe. But you have to land in Port-au-Prince, and that's the problem, right? That's where a lot of the stuff goes down at. I do possibly there's another city I could actually land in, Cap Haitian, which is an international airport, and then fly that way too. It just depends. But more than likely, it's going to have to be Port-au-Prince. Going there to do a couple of different things. So it should be pretty interesting. That is if I get to do it. If I don't, then I don't. I just have to wait until things kind of cool off.
Mm.
It's kind of like right now is a great time to visit Hong Kong because prices of everything's cheap. Air tickets, hotels are cheap. Like I could go there right now with just a little bit of pocket change, it seems, because they're offering extreme discounts.
Weren't there hotel rooms for like $15 a night?
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think the lowest they got was $7, and these are like 3 and 4 star hotels. So, it would be cool, but at the same, I think if it was just us, yeah, I'd do it. I'd go because I'd be like, let's run, no, let's dodge, let's duck. That'd be different. I'd probably go.
Is that like being a scab and crossing a picket line, though?
A scab?
Have you ever heard that term?
No.
A scab is somebody that crosses a picket line. Like if your union or your people are on strike, and you go through that picket line to go into work, you're a scab.
I think that's different though, because like I don't have a dog in the fight. The people that cross the picket line at a factory have something like that. I don't know. I've never heard of it. But anyway, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to actually go there because there's still some stuff to do there, obviously. But with kids, excuse me. As you can tell, I don't stay up late. This is already 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
So it's what, like 1 o'clock
earlier?
East Coast?
Yeah, earlier it was like 8. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's already 11 o'clock. I heard they were offering flights from Korea to Japan for under $20 before they. Dang. That's
After
crazy.
the heat between Korea and Japan. What happened between Korea and Japan?
Hey there, Sean. How's it going?
You have me calling him Travi X. Travis, it's 2 a.m.?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Dang.
On the East Coast.
Can you guys believe how big this kid has gotten?
Yeah, she's huge.
Like
Literally, Zoe and Zara are about the same
are a
height.
half an inch
Yeah, they're a half an inch difference. Zara has caught up with her. And,
she is growing way too fast.
and she's the size of a 5-year-old, so it's like crazy. She's not.
What?
She's
What?
not. She's not. She could kind of wear Zara's clothes from last
She's
year.
in size 4-5s, and
Yeah.
she just turned 3 in August.
Like a weed in Noe's garden. Yep.
Yeah. Good day, my friend. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, so possibly Haiti. And then I was talking about Hawaii. So yes, Hawaii will be our first time vacationing, truly vacationing as a family. We have a really, really cool Airbnb that we secured. We're staying on the northern side of Oahu. So about 25 miles, I think, from Honolulu, Waikiki. But we have some friends who were our neighbors when we lived in Seattle, and they have since moved back to Hawaii. But we've connected, and we're going to get to see them. They have 2 little girls who is like 4 and 1, 4 and 2, something like that. So that's exciting. So we'll get to play on the beach with them. Play on the beach with them, hang out, see them, because we haven't seen them since we lived in Seattle.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the time. Japan put some tariffs on Korea, and people started to boycott Japan and Japanese. I can't.
Do you click here? Tap
Yeah,
here?
just tap the screen.
See, it never works for me.
Well, you got it.
Oh, how do you do that?
That one, you weren't touching the screen. Dropped 65% compared to the same point last year. Oh dang!
Wow.
I didn't know any of that was going
I
on.
didn't either.
So yeah, so super excited about Hawaii and looking forward to that. Yeah, just continued growth for the studio. We have some cool things kind of in store for the studio, and ways to grow it, and ways to grow our events and programming. We have a partnership with a nonprofit organization that we're doing, which is exciting. Yeah. I'm gonna do a garden next summer, but it's gonna be much
She
smaller.
says that, but I don't think it's gonna be. 'Cause
It's
she's
gonna be
get the
much
bug.
smaller.
She's gonna get the bug.
I don't know.
and then
I
she's
kind of
gonna-
well, once we got the studio going, it was hard to.
Yeah,
And well, and then okay, it's fine. Also, summer with my mom, like everything, just I kind of. But the garden did great.
It did.
So
It really did.
After having done this now several years here, I have an idea of like I'm not gonna try to grow pepper plants. I'm just not.
Mm.
What? You're very stoic.
No, I'm letting you do your
Okay.
thing. I'm just like, no, I was thinking of a way that we could probably do.
I mean, if I
pepper
do,
plants.
this time I would try it in a thingy.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing we got to plant everything earlier,
Yes.
but also Granny being sick, that pushed our timeline back. So
Right.
just this last summer was just it was
Rough.
hard. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Granny, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Go up with
Go on
your
upstairs
sisters
with your
and play. You have
sisters.
tons of toys. That's what I don't understand. Like when I was a kid, I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer. When I was a kid, and it was this far out from Christmas, you would never see me. Like my mom never saw me because I was like playing with everything. Like she never had to say like go do this, go that. She had to tell me to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like I would stay up, and then sometimes I would even wake up and play, and get up the next day. My eyes were burning. These
Yeah.
kids,
They
still
want
have
to
to
be
around
up
us.
under our armpit.
It's crazy. I don't get it.
I wasn't like that.
I wasn't either.
If you guys have kids, are your kids the same way, or do they go off and do their own thing? Maybe it's an age thing, but I don't know. Okay, go upstairs
all
and
of
play
them,
with your
all
sisters.
of them do that. It's funny though. They all do that. We can sit and watch a movie, and we have to pause it because we want to watch something other than
PG.
So it's like here you can hear them coming down the steps, and so we have to stop it because you never know. They come at the right time when something's being said or something being seen that they shouldn't. Yeah, that they shouldn't be watching or seeing or hearing, and so it's like we have to stop it constantly. So I tell her, it's like, what's the point? Wait until they're in bed asleep, and then at that point, she wants to go
Then
to sleep.
I'm on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
I can't help it. But I've been staying up late.
she has been. She has been. That's very, very.
I've been
true.
off work on vacation, so it's been
Mhm.
nice. Stayed up late, watched a lot of TV,
It's true.
sleep in late.
It's true. I've been watching, or actually, a lot of Apex. Apex Legends is kind of my thing. At first, I'm like, I don't
He's
like it.
H the Great 78, right?
Yeah, I'm H the Great.
If you play
78.
Apex,
So yeah, so basically, don't expect anything great.
he's pretty good.
Not really. Not don't set them up that way because they're gonna think,
I mean,
oh,
he's a-
you know, I'm gonna,
Okay.
and then we all die quick.
Okay,
and
so
it'd
the
be
funny
like,
thing is he has these friends on there, right? And they're like little 12-year-old kids.
I don't know how old they are. So
But they're like kid. Well, I mean, it's nothing on you, but it's like people will like invite him to play games, and I'm like, your little friends want you to come and
yeah,
play.
they'll add me to
But
be a
when
friend,
you
and I'm
hear
like,
them
sure.
on the microphone, it's like, oh yeah, did you see that guy? I got him.
Well, like my mom the other day, and I'm like, oh really? So I'm mute every single time. I don't play with them anymore because I'm like, these are just kids. And I've noticed too, like because I'm not good. So I noticed that whenever I land someplace, this dude would always follow me. Like everywhere I would go, he'd follow me. And I'm like, me? Like maybe they trust me. And then I realized, no, it's because they're like 10. That's why they're following me.
I just want to play Barbie.
Girls play Barbies. Hey, go upstairs.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of the circumstance. But Apex Legends, she found this pinball game that she really likes, which is pretty cool. I kind of am good
You
with that.
took it over.
Yeah, I'm kind of good at it. I didn't realize.
Although I got him some toys for Christmas, and he hasn't really played with them. You got a train set,
Yeah, I have.
and you got Legos.
I figured I would put that around the tree.
Okay. The tree won't be out for another year.
Well, I know, but like I figured that's what I'll use it for is around the tree.
Okay.
And the Lego thing, every time I put it together because it's a Las Vegas strip. So it's like it's got like all these different iconic buildings of Las Vegas. Every time, and there's all these tiny micro pieces, and you really have to think about it. You know, like it tells you what to do. I don't know where the phone is. It's somewhere. So you have to follow it to a T. And then here comes Sweets. So she wants to play with Legos and build stuff on her own that has nothing to do with it. And I'm like, that's not what these are for. So then when I'm needing a specific piece that's only one of those pieces, none of it exists anyplace else, she's got it. So I can't build it. I have to wait until she's asleep.
Bobby.
Stop. So then whenever I do have the time to actually start doing stuff and I have the time to build because she's asleep, I want to play Apex. So it's like I never get around to it.
Okay.
Zara's worried about her front teeth.
Oh, you're not going to swallow it. What?
It's funny.
I saw her.
So Zara is losing her teeth now, so she's... She can't be because she's been down here the whole time. They will even tell you. So anyhow, that's kind of what we're looking forward to start the more of this. Obviously, we'll continue in 2020, and we're going to continue the channel. Hopefully, we can get this one on more.
I'm busy.
There's times when she can do some videos.
And I get tired. I'm sorry, guys. I know.
How many Cooking with Noe videos? Those are actually pretty good. She doesn't do them anymore.
I'm sorry.
Cooking with Noe's are good. Her little drives that she would do, sometimes walking around, that's good. In the studio, she has a lot of cool, like today, she actually did this Christmas tree. So there's a tree that we have.
Well, I don't do videos in the studio because we get customers that come in. And so I don't.
That's fine though.
I don't
Right,
know.
it's good.
And also, like, when I paint,
No, leave that one off.
I get
Sorry.
hyper focused. So it's like,
Well, I think just kind of because we also have a Painting Panda YouTube channel.
I know.
So
I
when
forget.
you do certain little techniques, those can actually be put onto that because a lot of people ask questions, and I tell them I don't know. I
I'm
don't
bad
know.
at videos. Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm like I don't know. Like people will ask me like, well, how do you? And now most people don't because they're like, he's not gonna know. They can tell when they walk through the door. He doesn't know. He's just here to basically take care of stuff. But she did this tree today, which the tree actually uses lights. So there's lights that actually are on the tree. And she did this ombre technique. And so I was like, did you put snow on it? Because, the tree, you have to look at it. I probably will post the image later so you guys can take a look at it. But she did. And we have this crackle paint. So when it fires, it basically just crackles in certain areas. So it's going to look like real snow on a tree once we actually fire it up and everything. So it was really, really cool. And so that was the end of all of our trees. We didn't think we were going to really sell a lot of those because of the
I
price
started out
point.
with 2, and those
Those
sold
were
like
gone.
that.
Yeah. So then we
So
were
I
like,
had to
we gotta
buy
get
4 more.
Yeah. And they were just selling quick.
So
saw the last one today, and then she did
I
one.
took the last one to and paint it so that I can use it as a sample in the studio for next year.
Right.
So
Yeah, we didn't think at that price point they would sell, but they did. It was pretty cool. So
Mhm. Yeah, the studio. I'm busy. I don't know. I'm just tired. I also never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What? Oh.
I do. I just so yeah, I just get tired.
Yeah.
And so I don't appear in videos.
You can see I like this, Zoe and Zara. You guys are showing maturity. Look at you. Just not even trying to jump in. Come on, you can come see this is better. It's more organized. Kind of just one at a time though. There's not a whole lot of space. So this one here is Zozo. And this one here is Zara Bean. She's losing her front tooth. Is it one that's loose or 2?
Mhm.
Just one?
Well, 2 that are kind of loose, but one's extra wiggly.
I see. So, and then there's sweets. So it's okay. We're all in it. Nope, we're out of it again. There's just sweet. Nope. Yep. So
Okay.
anyhow, okay, sweets.
All right.
So yeah, and Zoe loves wearing her little sleeping. What is
Okay.
it called? Sleeping mask.
What happened?
I don't know. I think she stepped on her foot.
You okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you apologize to your sister?
Oh, here, bring me Quincy again. For the people that are just now joining, we got a puppy. So he's a little cockeyed. He doesn't show it right now, but he's a little cockeyed. His name is Quincy. And sometimes we do this. Wait.
He can have a mohawk.
So now he has he has a mohawk.
He's looking at you like, really, bruh? Really?
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything else you want to discuss? Because it's about to go chaotic.
I know. No, I don't think so. I think, just reflecting on this year and everything that came out of it, and what we're looking forward to next year.
Mhm.
Hopefully not a lot of change unless it's like big growth for the studio.
Growth for us.
Yes, you guys are growing. But yeah, health and wealth and
Stop.
sanity.
Say that. Stop.
I think is what I'm
This
hoping
is
for.
Winky dog.
So anyhow, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for this live stream. Hopefully we could do more live streams. We used to do a lot of them. Yeah, they want to show you their stuff. Oh, we have a Christmas video, but it's gonna take me a little bit to get to it, just because I'm busy. And it was a long video, and it broke up.
I had a.
What did you do? Oh yeah. So Noelle was basically
What?
wearing no clothes.
I was wearing clothes. I
Say
had pajamas
Stop.
on, and it was
Your whole hand.
it was a nightgown.
No, so Noelle basically had no clothes on. Like you could see a lot. So I'm like, well, I gotta really edit the video now. Like I can't just.
Well, I didn't know that you were gonna
I
put
just
it on
can't upload
YouTube.
it. So I'm like, I can't just upload it because it's gonna be like flagged as soon as I put it up. So anyhow, it's like, geez,
It wasn't that bad.
it shows quite a bit.
It's
Does
no,
show
it's
quite a bit.
yours.
So anyhow, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll try to do more live streams, of course. I'll get the Christmas video up
Oh,
soon.
I am going to Seattle on Monday, so
Us. With
I
us.
will maybe do a driving video because I always take you guys with me when I drive to Seattle.
Look at how Shaq. Where are we going with her?
To eat pizza.
Yay.
So
Right?
shh.
You don't.
Stop. We don't
Anyhow.
talk about other people. Anyway,
That's why I try to end it.
so yes, I will probably take you guys along with me on a drive to Seattle. So we can do that on Monday. And I also want to hit up a pottery supply place up there too. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I know it's like super late for you guys on the East Coast. But anyway, so we love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. We've
Bye, take
been
care.
doing this for
Oh,
Bye, take care.
3
well,
years?
before I got pregnant with her,
So 3 years,
at least 3 years.
something like that.
4 years?
5 years, 6 years, 7 years.
So anyhow,
Did we do videos when I was first born?
No.
well, kind of before you were born, but it was different. Anyhow, hope you guys
Right.
enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time,
I'll see ya.
I will see you. Take care.
And
Bye,
on
guys.
social media. Follow us on social media.